just escaped being eaten by giant crabs with one companion. He went there with 3 no-name red shirt companion, came back with 1. We gave him a name. What happens next? Let's play to find out. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Sacred Art of Gaming, and we are trying to get back into this. It's been a real world time. Quite a bit of a break for me playing this game, but I do plan on finishing it, and I'll be honest with you, I think this is why I bounce off of Ironsworn Starforged regularly, is because if I'm not doing it consistently, it's tough to get back into, but I'm trying. There's so many things that I'm looking at that I'm like, I should have done this at this time, and this is how this works compared to Ironsworn. Anyways, I gave a name to the companion. I just rolled it just now. Hassan. Hassan, which sounds male to me. So we'll say Hassan, and all I know is that Hassan is persuadable. There are 2 things that came out of these conflicts that happened recently. Is we're looking for the Jade Swamp Pods, which is where we are looking for Kiana Caldus, who is the estranged wife of the guy who had the answers. So there's many steps, many layers. I'm gonna hate myself for that. One of the companions that was with us died via smaller crab. The other one died via larger crab. And this is the last one left. Does this character handle this well? That's something I am curious about. I feel like on the way back, because he's persuadable, I do think that it is possible that Icarus Talon and this character, they've now survived this ordeal. So as they continue to walk and talk back, Icarus is trying to bond with Hassan over this. This is one of his crewmates, which is not like one of the top guys on the crew, doesn't have like a position necessarily. He was just a random merc. But they are veterans, right? On this, it doesn't say it here. This crewmate is no slouch, nor were the other ones that passed. So as they're walking back, Icarus is trying to forge a bond with Hassan for 2 reasons. One, to travel more efficiently on the flying machine, which Hassan may be hesitant to do with someone he does not trust, but then also to have an ally when he comes back, because things may not go well if he comes back and morale drops, essentially, is what I'm picturing. And I say that not with mechanics in mind. I don't know how that'll affect mechanics on the ship. It is a thought that I have. That's something that I would be doing. I would kind of want to get ahead of this. Icarus is talking back and forth with Hassan and trying to bond over it for strategic reasons, but also as just like a human. That sounds like make a connection to me, but then there's also develop a relationship, but I think you have to make a connection first. So you search out a new relationship or give focus to an existing relationship, not an ally or companion. That tracks. We roll with heart, so we'll do a +2. Hopefully I can remember to actually add the +2. Thank you for the people that call that out in the comments. We'll go ahead and roll with heart, and then we'll see what happens after that. And I'm just not acting that out. I don't know if you should be acting that out before or after or at all or whatever, but here we go, we're rolling. Wow. Wow. That couldn't have gone more worse. I think that was a 5. Ooh, and things are rough right now. So this is a miss. You don't make a connection and the situation worsens. Damn, that sucks. That would have been nice. So Hassan is kind of gonna be an enemy. Paying the price. I think that is the obvious thing that happens here. I think it's very clear to me that this character is going to act against me, Hassan, which we kind of knew before we even looked at pay the price there. So that sucks. That could have been real nice. Icarus is begging, pleading with Hassan that things will be so much more efficient for finding this person if we use the flying machine. He probably has a name for it outside of flying machine. We'll have to think about that. This is the first time I'm considering that he has the flying machine on his person as opposed to just on the ship. So yeah, Hassan is just absolutely no against it. That complicates things. So would Icarus kind of say like, screw you anyways. We have to find... I kind of think he would. I think Icarus is just going to be like, well, we have a job that we have to do. If you want to walk back, he's going to assist and say, Hassan, that, you know, don't forget to go here, follow this, whatever. But I need to cover a lot of ground very quickly before we run into more issues. So I'm going to go ahead and use the flying machine. Yeah, and we are going to survey from above, add +1 and take 1 momentum on a hit. Surveying, what would surveying be? Probably exploration, if I were to guess. I guess in a way, this is to finish an expedition. Roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. I didn't really... Maybe set a course. When you travel a known route through perilous seas, across hazardous terrain, or within a mysterious site. Roll plus supply. I think maybe that's what we need, and we're going to add +1 because we're using the flying machine. The flying machine, and then we're adding supply to that, which is handy. And our supply is a 4, so we're rolling with +5. This is, my God. And the intent here is to speed things up before things get any worse in hopes that he can also help out Hassan. All right, let's roll. Okay, didn't even need all those extra bonuses. We crushed that. That's like this is our 6. It's 11. My goodness, too bad I don't get raises in the system. All right, so we crushed that, and we also take momentum on a hit, which we desperately need momentum. We're down to 0. What if I get like a super hit? So on a strong hit, On a strong hit, you reach your destination and the situation there favors you. Take +1 momentum. Hell to the yeah. All right, we're back to default momentum. All right, so that's cool. So we know that we are looking, where's our map? If you recall, we are on Kerbos, and we are going off in this direction. I think this dot is because we got stopped. So we're continuing, because she was looking for the Jade Swamp Pods. We got dragged to a cave, you know, which is hypothetically somewhere over here. We know that this is where the Jade Swamp Pods are. So we're really looking for the Jade Swamp Pods. I would say because things are favorable, I would say yes. We do not only find where the Jade Swamp Pods were, which we had already seen. We knew their location when we got dragged. Also, we do see someone in the area. And is that her? I would say yes, based on that roll. We're going to go ahead and land. We're going to talk to Kiana Kaldis, which I have as a connection already that may or may not be what I should have done. And also I'm realizing that these legacies, I noticed this before I started the session. I guess this is what's tied to the XP now. It's not completing the vows necessarily. That really threw me off. And I'm going to have to figure out what I should have been doing or what I can do to complete these, because that's how we get XP. And that's what usually drives gameplay. I did change this guy to complete artifact. This was find artifact, and I started it over, upgraded it to formidable, because we are still looking for the other half of that artifact. Kiana Kaldis. These are the things that we know about Kiana Kaldis. She was a necromancer and a mystic. Desperate, heartbroken, oblivious, solve mysterious murder, and cure sickness. And she's looking for those Jade Swamp Pods to cure the sickness, to kind of get her mind off of the mysterious murder of her husband, or so she believes. But things have been bad in Kerbos anyways. I picked up my dice like I need to roll. I don't know if I need to. I do have her on here as a connection. I think that was like a pre-made, like when you're making your character, this person is already a connection. So with that said, it didn't seem like I knew her already. So maybe this is where we roll for making a connection with Kiana. As, I mean, I already presumably thought I did. Icarus, he's going to land, and especially with him helping her on her journey, we'll say that because we landed with such favorable conditions, say she did not find the Jade Swamp Pods yet, but we do assist her, which will also help us for making this connection and us wanting to help her. Because, I mean, I feel like this is the roguish side of Icarus Talon, where we never quite know, is he a good guy, or is this just a means to an end for him to get this treasure? We don't know for sure yet, and maybe both can be true. He's going to attempt to make a connection with her through this, and I think that's absolutely reasonable. Yeah, because we're searching out a new relationship here. So, let's roll. Could be worse, could be better. It's a weak hit, which, I mean, hey, I'll take a weak hit all day. Weak hit, as above, but this connection comes with a complication or cost. Envision what they reveal or demand, which I think we've got this built in anyways. So in a strong hit, you create a connection, give them a role and a rank, which I already did. Is there a reason I did this? To double check. But yeah, formidable is the rank I decided. Whenever your connection aids you on a move closely related with their role, add +1 and take 1 momentum on a hit. Okay, cool. We have the thing that we wanted. No mention of any XP on these things, which, so yeah, this is my homie now. The built-in complication that comes with this, solve the mysterious murder and cure sickness. So we have already helped with the curing of the sickness part of things. Solving the mysterious murder. She sees where Icarus is going with this conversation, and hesitantly, because, we don't know exactly why yet. I don't know, you don't know, none of us know. But she is hesitant to share the information about the other portion of this artifact. But in classic video game style, she says that we can help her with the murder of her husband. Then she will tell us where she believes the artifact is. Now keep in mind, this is a powerful artifact that leads to a powerful treasure in the region off the coast of, not that one, off of Matunga, somewhere. And that's likely where we will end the this campaign, on camera anyways, is finding that treasure, which will then further his efforts towards stealing the Farron's vulnerable treasure hoard. But baby steps, one treasure at a time. He also mentions that he does have someone in the vicinity that he would like to meet up with. Based on the map here, we're gonna kind of make some assumptions, but he's gonna try and meet up with both of them as they go back. Is she willing to use the flying machine? Desperate, heartbroken, oblivious. I mean, I don't see anything that says no. So yeah, he actually takes her on the flying machine and trying to take advantage of a widow? I don't know, we'll see. So takes her, and they do eventually find Hassan. He lets him know to stops, says follow him. Hassan begrudgingly agrees and follows him back towards Kirbos, that shitty town that has been through a lot. They do return. Is there something that we need to roll because we are returning and Hassan's gonna snitch on us, basically? I don't think so. Would it be connections? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think we're just gonna kind of keep that in our back pocket for now. Remember it. It's very possible that there are things that I should be doing that I'm not, and then I realize them after the fact, but we're just gonna roll with it for now. We get back, the crew, of course, is going to wonder where the other members are. Maybe they weren't important to us in the story yet, but of course they were important to the crew. And we do have at least one member that's kind of sketchy, whether we know it or not. Diego, our engineer, Diego and Hassan, they immediately are kind of linking up and fanning the flames of dissent amongst the crew. He is going to come back, and he does need to recover because he is hurting. He's letting them know like what they did, what he did, and they're probably like, what the fuck? Why did you waste so much time for something so not valuable? They didn't get treasure or anything out of this. You spend time recovering within a community. Yeah, I'd say that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sojourn. He lets our new bud know, Kiana Callis, that they will link up tomorrow in the morning after he kind of rests, kind of debriefs his crew on the situation. see who he can get on his side to help with solving this mysterious murder. All right, so let's sojourn. So this is another heart roll, all the heart rolls today. Yeah, this is a safe refuge. I mean, safe as it can be amongst pirates. So another +2 roll. That sucks. So, one of two things happens. Community needs your help or makes a costly demand in exchange for safe harbor. Envision what they ask of you. If you do it or swear an iron vow to see it done, resolve this move. If you do it or swear an iron vow, see it done, resolve this move as a strong hit. Or you find no relief and the situation grows worse. Well, what do we get in a strong hit? You and your allies may each choose 2 recover moves, heal, hearten, repair, or resupply. Instead of rolling, assume an automatic strong hit for each. An individual move can be taken more than once. So heal would be helpful. Heal would be very helpful. Hearten I think will be good with. Repair I think will be good with. Supply, I guess. So what would they demand, having lost 2 of their veteran crewmates? You know, these are no slouches. I come back and this guy is basically making it sound like I sacrificed them for something dumb, not even valuable, not treasure, just stupid plants, and saving this random girl. I feel like that's the kind of thing pirates typically get upset over. So I think he's gonna have to promise some type of bounty, like now. I don't know if you can hear the geese traveling south. So we did find some fun stuff. We did find a music box, lustrous pearls, fine wine, which I think we did use at least one of those, masterwork weapons, and then the relic, and also a very cool token. I would like to keep the token. The token allows me to change my appearance. That's kind of my jam. I think that's really cool. I think what he would do in this moment, and we kind of haven't really sworn an iron vow for this, but maybe we will. He's going to give them all of those things. The masterwork weapons, the music box, the fine wine that's left, the lustrous pearls, to hold them over for now. And then he is also going to swear an iron vow that we are going to find that treasure that is off the coast. And when we do, I don't know that he would say a percentage as a captain. It's going to be it's going to be the best treasure you've ever seen. It's going to be the most magnificent treasure. We're going to call it the Icarus treasure. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with that. And I think that's reasonable. We will have to swear an iron vow so they know I'm serious about it. We have sworn iron vow. Did we swear an iron vow in this already? Or was it just for the artifacts? That's where things get a little wonky, because the only vow that I see here, which is different from Ironsworn, is to steal the brass sovereignty's vulnerable treasure hoard. Let me look at my notes. Okay, so I don't see anything on that specifically. So yeah, I'll say we will do it. We will swear the iron vow. Another heart roll, it looks like. Write your vow and give it a rank. Then roll plus heart. So these are like combat challenges. I'm gonna have to actually write this one. All right, so we're gonna find Matonga treasure. Formidable. That is a vow. All right, let's swear on this iron vow, shall we? And as he does this, he of course places his hand on his broken iron blade. Write it, give it a rank, roll plus heart. If you swear this vow to a connection, add +1. Nope, nope, none of that. All right, cool. Good God. The 10s are rolling hot. On a miss, you must overcome a significant obstacle before you begin your quest. Envision what stands in your way. So we're just going to stack that on to the existing situation for the murder. The murder situation might be dicier than we want it to be. All right, now let's heal. So, strong hit. If you are wounded, clear the impact and take or give +2 health. Otherwise, take +3 health. That is exactly what we need. And then for resupply, which is a bit of a waste, but we will take it. If you are unprepared, clear the impact. I don't even know what that means, impact. If you're in need of a specific item, yeah, I don't really need any of that. This does say resupply, right? Yeah, so we'll take that +1 supply. So that gets us back up to max. It's almost like we have just started the game again. Back to +2 momentum. Everything is back to max, which, I mean, is something. We will take what we can get. All right, so now we need to determine how we're going to handle this situation for this murder. How are we going to handle this murder? Do we think anyone would be helpful to us? We've got Alisa Devatu, elementalist, intolerant, misled, but protects her community. Immaculate, oh, yep, okay. And then we also have Cyrus. No, doesn't seem that way. Alisa, maybe. Alisa, how do we want to try and get Alisa? Is this another connection move? I don't think so. I think we're looking for something to kind of persuade her. It's adventure, combat, suffer. Could have swore there was like something for social compel. It's under adventure. I have a little cheat sheet here that hopefully will help, and maybe I should look at it more because this does give me like a nice little hones things in a bit. Because I don't know that I would have thought this. Is compel maybe what I should have used earlier with Hassan? Maybe. I did kind of want him to be my bud too, though. When you try to persuade someone or make them an offer, envision your approach. He does approach Alisa, realizing that he is going to need an ally, someone who's maybe a little community focused in this situation because everyone else is kind of money or violence motivated. Doesn't appear that she is for the most part, but it will still be challenging. Yeah, he's looking to get her to help. He is pulling on her heartstrings of community because they've spent time together, so he knows how she is. Also mentioning Kiana Caldis's situation regarding the loved one that she had lost, her lover. Compel. Envision your approach. If you charm, pacify, encourage, or barter, threaten or incite, lie or swindle. I would, well, I guess it doesn't matter if I'm lying or swindling despite what I felt. This feels like heart as well. Not that it's been helping me. Okay, maybe if I roll them a lot. Okay, that's better. That's better. On a weak hit, as above, but their agreement comes with a demand or complication. Envision their counteroffer. Okay, so they will do what I want and agree to the conditions, and we take +1 momentum. Hails to the yeah. Momentum's coming on back. Alisa, she's intolerant, misled. She's an elementalist. She really helps keeping the boat moving, really, in the sky. Protecting her community. Who is her community? That's a good question. And that's probably what it will be tied to. So she says, in her most, I don't know, I picture her being like sounding very fancy, very British posh almost, as an adventurer, that yes, I will help you and these people here and now, but you are going to help me and my people as well. Whew, Icarus is spread very thin right now. He is spread very thin. He does agree. He does. He does. Of course, he may have wanted to help her regardless. It's just he needs to keep the pirates happy. He needs to keep his own goals in mind. He's... it's a lot. It's a lot. He says, yes, we took the momentum, and then we know the demand or complication. We know that things are also somewhat complicated with this murder situation. So he takes Alisa, and they meet with Kiana. They go back into the town, this very sad town where things are destroyed from the storm and plague and all this crazy stuff in this swampy area of this continent or island. She explains the situation. What is the situation? I think this is a perfect time for an oracle. There's a lot of oracles. Settlement oracles? Would that help me? I don't think so. I think we want a general... Yeah, I think we want a general oracle here. Is there any type of... I do kind of like the idea of cursed settlement details. Maybe. Maybe there's something that we don't know about the settlement yet. Did I write down something for the settlement? All right, so I think that's a possibility, but I also think something that might be more open-ended and helpful would be like the base oracles, core oracles. I think that's what we want. All right, so here are the core oracles. Action and theme. Oh, wow. And then I always forget we have the descriptor and the focus. Let's see where the wind blows us, shall we? And this will likely frame our next session. So, action. 62, locate. I mean, that tracks. That certainly tracks. I'm just gonna put this on a random piece of paper here. Theme. 90, time. Wow. Locate time. So I was considering stopping here, but because that's not clear to me, I'm going to roll a descriptor. 86. Everything's rolling high. Settled. Locate time. Settled. And lastly, focus. 42. 42. Illusion. Wow. That really makes things interesting. Locate time. Settled illusion. Let me know in the comments down below what that means to you. What do you think, how that would complicate this murder in this swamp of her husband who has the artifact? It's also a mysterious magical storm that hit this area and also plague. So very bad area. A lot of things going on that maybe those are all tied together. I'm not going to bother to try and figure this out right this second. I think that's the way to go. I'm just gonna walk away from it, let it kind of sink in, think about it, come back, fresh, something. That has been the session for today for Sundered Isles. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun things so I get an idea as to how much you enjoy this system, this storyline, etc. And then this way I know to continue it beyond what I feel like is a reasonable ending. And then also feel free to let me know anything that you think I did wrong or could have done better, because I always love hearing about that and we can all grow and get better. See you in the next one as we continue to explore the sacred art of gaming together.